It's wild. We have like a big VGM community. Everybody likes being able to guess the name of the music in the game. When I haven't even heard of the game that's being played, it's not fair. What is Front Mission 5? I have Google. I can solve this issue.
You don't know the front missions?
No.
Oh, that's surprising. Yeah, it's a pretty famous Mac Tactics game, and from the 5 in the name, you can already tell it has a gazillion sequels.
It's. I'm looking at the card now. If you do want to share screen when you have a moment, that'd be great.
Oh, I forgot.
GFM being the one player who hasn't been mentioned, because this double is going to be insane, and still has a 61% win rate, is quite wild.
Yeah, like in the middle of all these former top 8 players, GFM is very good. He can, seen from the fact that he got to this point, he can really hang out with all these people. The 61% win rate. The other match, I have Someone325 versus Fullalizards. Yeah, everyone does 60% plus win rate in this double. Insane. Oh, Fullalizards also didn't win, just got to the finals. Yeah.
So, can we take a peek at the other card? Because we only have 12 stars. In my mind, it was actually somehow more.
That's because Someone325 is a newer player, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I think GFM might have also matched the 13th. I think he had a good year last MT too. Now I want to play Front Mission. This just looks really cool. I know the song has moved on, but
I have some from Chaos Rings Mega. I tried to play Chaos Rings and then I never really got the point of the game. But Mission is also one game that I never fully understood all the mechanics because there were 3,000 mechanics. And at some point I just decided to ignore everything and keep restarting until I got a critical hit and won that way. Because you have mechas and you can shoot different weapons at different parts of the other mechas, and depending on which part you do a percentage of damage, and the parts have different resistances, and there are so many systems to wrap your hand around. Very complex game.
goodness, is there like? I mean, we've had our mech games, right? Like we had Ghost in the Shell. I'm just curious, like, what's the most complicated game that we can still sneak into MT? I felt like a bit weird. I submitted the Assassin's Creed, which, as far for the PSP, DS, it was one of the mobile versions, and I think the game has like 2 hours of just tutorializing you because it's basing around a giant triple A. Okay.
Yeah, that game was in the definitely on the simpler side. I remember testing that. I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
this is very easy, but there's still room to like fall or die, so
Yeah,
there's still a race here.
there were still darts. I think the game might have introduced freaking guns later. I don't know. I'm curious. Goodness.
Have another redraw. I mean, the double, it's always hard.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the first submission, I was like, it probably is never going to be played with a double, so. Especially with these boys.
We had two absolute classics. what this next game is. It's a curious restriction. Not one I see often.
Yeah. I'm just like going. I mean, can we just say it just so we can have a conversation and not have to play around it?
I don't know, just that Ori skips the whole mystery. I guess the problem is that if we redraw the game, we don't want to say what the game is, right? Because it's still in the pool.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna say what. I'm gonna break the seal. Requiring audio cues,
Oh, yeah,
and I'm like,
we can say that.
the first thing I think is like, music game. But most games that have music, we are gonna be like a Guitar Hero or rhythm game, and those end up being whatever the length of the song is, essentially auto scrollers. But there might be other genres that just have audio cues that are important. I mean, I can imagine even a platformer that just, it would be unfair if one person had the audio on and one person didn't.
Like there's a huge laser coming from off screen, and the only way you can know it is by listening.
That sounds about right. That sounds like some of the games that we do see. Come on, lads. They're
Adam's doing the waking up process.
I've done like competitive gameplay before, and I found just statistically, I'm about peak at like 10 a.m. And so my win rate has always been better against Europeans, where I'm like, yeah, I'll play you in my morning, and your evening. Immediately after waking up, though, please. Oh, there's no chance this gets through.
I would be surprised. But I don't remember if any of these specific players. Yeah. As we expected, this is not getting through.
For a turret nose. Wubba dub dub dub. Actually, that's no. What do they actually say? Because what I just said felt very Rick and Morty.
I don't know, because I didn't play that specific version. I only played Tengoku for the GBA, and that was in Japanese.
Wubba dubba dub dub. Versus Wubba dubba dub. Yeah, that makes more. That sounds more right. Wow, you go big guy.
Is that our fourth redraw?
This is why. So as much as like you'll get ID coming in, go, I want more retro, and like helping fill in the back pool. This is why I'm like, nah, we still need garbage freeware, just to trick these veterans who have played everything.
Oh, remember testing this one? This is a good one they're doing. Nice.
You tested it?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we will rely on your expertise.
I actually did pretty poorly. Like, I almost didn't finish the goal in 90 minutes, but at least this is I think it was tagged as late rounds, so these players should do better than I did.
As a reminder, GFM and his card that's on screen is the lowest of the win rates that we have today at 61%. Huh. That's a suspicious goal.
I mean, you can tell what the genre of the game is from that goal, I imagine.
So my instinct is I want to be the guy as a as just these sort of games that like just have bosses that don't belong in that game. However, I'm looking at the pacement, and it seems more what you'd actually expect.
Yeah, no, this boss absolutely belongs in this game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where the name of the game came from then.
We don't actually have a picture for this game, I need to crop one.
I'm looking at the game, and the more I look at it, the more I get confused. I'm gonna have to see gameplay, because what is this possibly gonna look like?
I mean, it's a mashup of two games. I expect to know the two games.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out in which order. I presume it's 2D.
It is 2D, yes.
Okay. I'm curious if Maurice has heard of this, because we've got a famous developer slash host slash good guy in Maurice, who has made a game that sounds quite similar to what we're gonna be watching today.
But yeah, this game is very Maurice in a way. I guess that's a hint for chat about what this game is, if you know the games Maurice has created.
He's made actually a fair few.
We can say exactly what it is, that's why it's good to give a hint of several possibilities.
What a full lobby. In addition to like these doubles, Half Beastie and So Much Fabs are just gonna be joining. I know you said that this game was difficult, or at least difficult for you. I'm under the impression that somebody is going to finish 20 minutes before another race finishes and just scare a decent amount, if not all, of our racers. Because this is just gonna be a very competitive race.
Absolutely expect at least one of these races to absolutely destroy my time, if not most of them.
Yeah, I mean, Adam's on screen. If Adam clicks with a game, be afraid. I think he is, when he gets a game that he enjoys and is clicking with, he might be the scariest racer that we have in this tournament. Someone is definitely very, very consistent. I struggle to imagine that he'll be having trouble with this game. He's probably going to be able to go full throttle. Fullalizards. Actually, this is a good game for GFM and games I've seen him had previous success. This should be a barn burner. How long's how long do you think the game is? Like, is it, does it feel like it has a lot of levels and goes on, or is it a few levels and just difficult?
It's a few levels and it's difficult, which is why I'm saying if you don't get stuck like I did, you can just plow through this game.
Cool.
But this is one of those games where the border is black and I can't crop it.
You want to take a peek at the other card before we and then give me something to talk about while you finish your cropping?
Yeah. We didn't even look at their best matches. We probably should do that.
I know, we just talked about a game that had music. How dare us? How dare the pre-roll to a mystery tournament game not talk about the race or the racers? Very unstandard of us. Yeah, okay, perfect. Wreck-It Ralph, DS game that has 2 different characters. Someone being good at, very unsurprising. Magical Cat Adventure with an arcadey game. I mean, it says arcade on there, but arcade puzzler. We got Panic Restaurant over there as a retro NES platformer that you threw food at people. Don't recall recent, and I don't recall Capsule Guy, but I really should recall Capsule Guy because I remember the race. Really, we can look at the games and what they've had success with previously. We know these players. We know that they're going to be, if you give them what is going to be a puzzle platformer here, they're going to be successful. And some good wins there, 90 in particular, there for Fullalizards.
Yeah, both of these have played puzzle platformers, and is Magical Cat Adventure a puzzle game? I know Racing was a puzzle game, like that weird puzzle music hybrid, but the music was irrelevant.
Yeah, it was the most Sokobon game that we've had, which is wild to say because I've definitely just been sneaking in Sokobons. What was Capsule? I'm just gonna check it because it's dealing me mental damage to not remember.
That game where you're a capsule and you have that laser that you can use to shoot.
Oh, yeah.
And also to give yourself a rocket boost. It was, I mean, a puzzle platformer, but the more platforming.
Mostly platformer.
Yeah. Then on the other side,
a lot of these were a long time ago. I'm looking at Yobot Run, and that was like one of the first races of the whole tournament. We got Shrek Hassle in the Castle, which was dramatic at the end, to say the least. And most recently against Shoe Horse in Monkey Magic, which was actually quite a while ago. That was in a few weeks, but the one familiar because every time that you did literally anything, it said Monkey. On Adam's side, I don't recall the gameplay, but I do remember it was dominant. I feel like Adam's been in these double races and just spooking the other race by finishing way too soon. Do you recall Stargrove Scramble or Solidify?
I know Stargrove Scramble is a pretty by-the-book platformer. It's one of the Timbugulent games, I want to say.
I remember Solidify now that I've cheated in Google. Solidify was the one that you shoot and then you used your snaky body as the platform to be able to like go back and then go up. Adam took what could have been a game that could wall you or put you in tough positions and didn't put himself into any tough positions, just played it quickly. Which is typical. As we get later into the tournament, we're just gonna have more and more seasoned veterans showing off their skills, and that is very much true here today. The guys are getting finalized, but I think we should be able to show the game if you have.
We can't because Fullalizards isn't ready yet. Oh, Fullalizards marked as ready?
He says dot ready, yeah. I gonna just as discount myth just steal his content and use it as my own. Knowing what's in the paste bin, I can't help but feel a perfect game has been drawn for a double winners format. I completely agree. As soon as this game came out, and all 4 of them said they were blind immediately, which gave me that sort of excitement that once they once they found out what the game was, we had a bit of a different reaction. I think they're all excited, and given the high level of skill here, I think they're gonna destroy it. I will do a Maurice and just put way too much money on. Is this a four-way bet? Oh no. Here you go. Steal all my money. Adam's not winning, but you figure out who.
I think I have a different aspect ratio for every single one of the players. We'll just fix it when the race starts. This is impossible. I guess I'll show the game. The game we're playing is Caroline.
Yeah, the most important thing here immediately is probably actually the goal. It's defeat GLaDOS. You can potentially see the O in Caroline and go, wait a second. But it also says a mod of Celeste. Yeah, this is going to be Celeste meets Portal. The reason I mentioned Maurice earlier is we have Mario or Mari.o. We've seen a Portal 2D mishmashed with another game before, but this time it's our more modern platformer. It's gonna be Celeste, and I assume. Why are the buttons SFEW? Oh goodness. Eh,
Adam has some
no,
strong words about this button choice.
no. Why are we getting oh no's Pico 8? And it's a Celeste game. What else are they gonna be in? I am curious how much lore this game has, and I am even more curious how much lore these players are gonna let us see.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to the lore, but I think it's basically Portal lore. You're climbing this mountain while being a test subject.
We're gonna have our classic issue FFAO of we do doubles and there's no level marker on screen telling us how far they are into our world. I assume the biomes change,
I think
if
it's
it's
a
anything.
snowy mountain pretty much all the way to the end.
Okay, good luck to us. We're getting GLaDOS sass. That's all I'm catching from the words. So, with the games that we're looking at, we got Portal, and the players are using momentum. Do we have the jumps of Celeste, or do we only have one jump?
Um, I believe we don't dash in this game. You only have the wall jump and the normal jump.
Okay, looking down at someone, we've got a companion cube, and he's actively using it as a bit of height to be able to make shot he otherwise wouldn't. And looks like a quick solve if we can figure out how. Yeah, just jump.
Yeah, this is very much a Portal game. The way you gain height is by not dashing, but by using two portals that feed into each other, and then your momentum gets conserved. I believe all of these
Yeah,
players have played Portal before, so they should be familiar with this.
yeah. Like quite early in the game, they had the just like infinite momentum trick be used. the one that Fullalizards is doing now. Um, oh, we do get a little bit of a marker for quick. We can see how many meters are up on the mountain.
Yeah, so the two top now Adam is at 1,000 and GFM is at 900.
Okay, same level on the top screen. Okay, we someone has completed the demo by the text, but when I pulled up the itch.io page, it says that no, this is not a demo. We're playing a full game, and for good reason. If it was a 3-minute race, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, this wasn't a 3 minute race for me, but these players are already flying. I have no idea how long this race is gonna be. Of course, it's still in the early stages, so it's still kind of early-ish, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like we're just like speed running more or less through the portal mechanics. Uh, I assume that we'll have more spikes and more precise platforming as we move on.
This level seems to be the first one that is really giving the players some trouble. The 3 players are in 1100 level now.
Yeah, so we need to get a lot of momentum to do. Thank you, Adam, for saying what I was looking to do, and then how do we? Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Adam could have done that if they
Yeah,
like jump from the
Adam's got
top to the
this.
bottom. Yeah, there we go.
Boop. There you go. I love that text. You remained resolute when I told you that the game was a demo. Uh, okay. The screens, like there's no like wall between the screens. I'm just looking at it and going, how did you go flying through the map? I'm like, wait a no, I'm looking at someone. Yeah. Sarah's got the same thing. It's gonna take a lot of effort to pay attention. I suggest just picking one. Adam is our leader if in top left. Uh though actually someone's not too far behind on the left side either. Same level.
Ended up button with a flying box.
Yeah, we need two boxes. Like the game has pleasantly given us like background UI. It looks like they want the box to be on top of the box.
Very
Uh,
helpful from the game.
yeah, we've had it in other races this MT, and sometimes in even like more puzzly games, and the racers just haven't acknowledged it. I think here, um, I mean, I saw it, and these guys are better than me, so they probably saw it.
I assume everyone saw it.
I'm suspicious that this is not the final test, and that the game is lying to us again.
Bit of a sense of deja vu with this cake. I don't know.
I don't know why. That's a lovely little move there from Adam. I think the puzzle really only had like there wasn't too many tricks to it to like uh to be fooled by, but just quickly understands it. Doesn't have to stand around and look at it, which is what you might expect if you didn't know that this is a previous winner.
But Adam dying the last jump of the level. Let's do it all again now.
In your mind, especially with testing, like how much of this do you feel was puzzle versus platform, like percentage wise?
Um, I don't know. I'd say it's about 80% puzzle. That the platforming part is just if you don't execute correctly, you have to do it again. So it's a huge time loss. It's not like it's going to save you time. It's only going to cost you time if you do it correctly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Adam gets to a level that has turrets. It does not tell you that it has turrets. Brilliant. I love games that have a little bit of comedy here. This looks fairly reminiscent to what you get in Portal. Just pushing a block towards the turret until the turret falls over. And you can push turrets. Adam didn't need to push that, but learn, or as far as I can tell, didn't need to push it, but learned the lesson immediately. So
Yeah, these turrets will only fire at you if you're in front of them. If you're in the back, you're safe.
yeah. Where did you go?
Nice trick to gain height with the 2 portals. That's also a good lesson to know. Probably knows that lesson from the original Portal.
We have lore, by the way. I'm looking at the paste bin like a good commentator. It says lore. When Celeste and Portal love each other very much. ... Yeah. You get this little baby.
So the lower basement.
I do also appreciate being taught Portal mechanics. It is always fun to just put very, very basic controls or mechanics, and you're like, if you've never seen the most popular game, if you've never seen Mario, Mario has a double jump.
I mean, you say that, but we had 2 different races being decided by players not knowing how to do a spin dash in Sonic.
Yeah, to be fair, like even like I haven't played that much Sonic. I couldn't tell you in Smash, like he has 2 buttons that do the same thing as far as I'm concerned. And one of them's a spin dash, and one of them's not a spin dash, and I can't tell you which one's which. The turrets seem to be the next roadblock for our players. Yeah, someone has found a way to murder them. But if you're not really precise here, and you put the block in the wrong place, there's not much to do to correct it, because you're not going to be able to go up there and solve the issue. You have to just die and try again. Meanwhile, Adam has 2 buttons in 1 block, which doesn't feel like enough buttons. Or, sorry, enough blocks. Feels like slightly too many buttons.
Yeah, this is where the game starts to get a bit puzzly, and Adam did the right thing. Like, you can see that you can get 1 box to press 2 buttons if the box is fast enough.
This is really cute. I like that.
Saw that a lot faster than I did, obviously.
Yeah, I appreciate these sort of like you just like can very quickly figure out that there has to be a way for you to hit the 2 buttons and also be down there, but then still like figuring out how to do that. It, I'm not sure if there's a way to make this block move slightly slower, because it seems like that's part of the issue is the gate is coming down really quickly.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I do remember this was part of the solution, I think.
Meanwhile, in our bottom race, I believe they are still on the same level, but Fullalizards is just like lost momentum basically, lost race momentum. Just a mechanic that uh they haven't like figured a way to do. Not even only like speed wise, they just are struggling to and they're kind of brute forcing it. You I've seen like our other racers haven't had to like dodge out of the way of bullets and like quickly jump into things. They just are doing the puzzle the more intended way. Uh, it often helps, to be honest, to be if there's like a new mechanic and to be like finding incorrect ways to do it. Because there's likely puzzle solutions in the future. But Fullalizards is just falling behind an opponent that you can't really afford to fall behind in someone. 325.
This level that someone is in is one of the levels where the platforming execution matters because it's a very long level. It's full of turrets, and if you die, you have to kill all the turrets and get out of the way to the front again. And you still
It's
have
the
to
same.
puzzle to figure out how to hit that button in the bottom there.
This is the same level that GFM's on, but he's at the very end of it, I believe. Yeah. These levels are getting quite noisy. I'm looking at Adam's level, and it takes a moment to figure out when you walk into the level what needs to be done, which if the levels just continue on with that pattern, we could get uh quite complicated.
Yeah,
I
the
know
levels
with
are having to have a lot of moving parts, and you also have these buttons that Maurice loves because you can't tell what the buttons do until you press them.
True, I don't love those. And I think Maurice's love is only sarcastic. Uh yeah, so there's a big thing that I've realized with 3D games, uh like quite recently, but is pretty evident when you think about it, is they just have to be simpler. You end up in situations where you're not able to see all the puzzle pieces. If you think of like something like Talos Principle, sometimes the puzzle is very simply you need to think about what is not on the screen. Um, if this becomes a puzzle game where they really lean into the fact that you can see everything on screen, uh, it may become more complicated than Portal. And Portal in itself like has levels that take people 20, 30 minutes. Like, um, obviously, complicated doesn't necessarily mean hard. If you can see everything on the screen, people can resolve the puzzles. But I'm understanding now why you said that this took you a full 90 minutes because like there's just a lot of potential for walling.
I think it doesn't really get more complicated than Portal just because the game ends before that. Like, it's a game that you can complete blind in an hour, so it doesn't have that many levels. But if you did put more levels into this, I could see it getting complicated pretty fast.
The thing I'm afraid of is if like it starts having two screens for the same puzzle, which is kind of happening. I just saw on someone they had the solution where uh, the block was doing its thing off screen. Oh, GFM's caught up. Definitely does not have the same amount of knowledge about what's going on further in this level, but keeping up with Adam here, who's been the race leader for the first 16 minutes. And no, someone's level just looks similar. It's not the same.
But
It's
now,
the momentum one.
now that I'm looking at GFM, he is not going to clear this level because all the players always clear levels when I'm not looking at them. With the trend, Adam
Ad
still. I don't know if they have a plan here, or if they're just randomly moving boxes. Just be moving quickly at least.
That is half the battle. Don't be slow. There is a suspicious, like, one white space in the ceiling of the long spike pit. Like you could portal to there and should portal to there,
Yeah,
but I don't
I
know
think
how
you need
you get like a block to land under it.
you portal a
Presumably by
block to there, I think, but I don't remember how. And after you portal a block to there, you can jump on the block across.
and if you fail that jump, you cry because it would make you start over, right?
Yeah. I think I failed that jump once. Also part of the reason why it took me so long to finish.
Looking down the bottom left, it looks like someone has figured out the puzzle solution and now needs to execute, which has taken some of our players a bit of time and has to restart,
Figured
or
out
felt
the
like it had to restart.
box moving mechanic, but didn't figure out that they want a portal to go through and not their own body. Because it's too fast for yourself to cross. I think, yeah, has it now.
Um, someone that block is gonna work. Let's go.
We're all on
GFM
the
might
same
take the
level
lead
that
here.
someone was? Yeah, and Adam and GFM same level, so both races are sort of close.
Yeah, we've definitely slowed down the momentum. We're out of the tutorial levels, and it feels like every level is giving a challenge at this point, and probably will for the rest of the race, because I don't think these players are going to improve much on their understanding of Portal, or I guess Celeste, though this is definitely more Portal than Celeste. And the game's probably not getting any easier. I I thought that we were in a Sokoban position in someone's screen, and I went, "Oh no!" And then I remembered that we have portals, and this is not a real thing. You just toss the portal away with the toss the box away with the portal.
Sokoban denied.
Yeah, exactly. This is my favorite games. We've had a few this
Adamstra?
MT, but they were definitely a big thing in MT17 of like, hey, it's Sokoban, but there's no Sokoban soft locks. The classic, you put the box in the corner, shame on you. Adam's progressed.
Did
We're back
Adam
to having more
portal
turrets.
through the spikes? Like, what happened? I, yeah, I don't think that's intended. I think I did. I actually dropped the block there and jumped over it. Like, what is probably the intended solution? I guess if you can just ignore the rules of the game, you're faster.
Adams just hates this little turret guy, and I don't blame him. He's kind of cramping our style. Adam, just toss the blue portal somewhere else so he just falls into the pit or something.
That would probably be easier, but yeah.
It would also probably be. Oh no, there's a reason you. There's a reason you do the things I ask. Takes I think a block to head death potentially.
GFM also has a portal through the spike solution. This is amazing.
It wouldn't be a Portal game if there weren't just unintended solutions. Uh, I know the original Portal is one of like the most like play tested, thought about games. Valve really tried their best to like make sure that they weren't putting their players in positions uh, where they just lose. They just aren't able to move forward because they refuse to look up or something. But then also had just incredibly breakable games. I'm not too surprised that a demake has the same beautiful gameplay. How do we do this portion, Adam? How do you get enough speed? Yeah, you try the same thing again that you just did. Now, there you go.
Just shoot a portal.
Just shoot a portal. It seems to be the solution to every puzzle, is just shoot a portal. It's like we're playing Portal.
I guess we want a box up there, but not sure how to get the box fast enough.
Yeah, I'm down to just do things, which might be what Adam's doing. Um, just until you. Oh, here you go. There's just in the very top right, you could make infinite momentum. Where the blue is currently. Rude. Where the blue was currently in the just the very top right corner, you can make the box move at maximum speed.
Yeah, but then you don't really have a way to
Do
shoot
any?
a portal to the left.
Yeah. Well, there's like two rooms that you can get that much speed, right? It's that, and then the room that the box is already in. But you can't set up that room for success as easily, I assume.
And both of the top racers in the same room, both of the bottom racers in the same room, facing the same conundrums.
Okay, Adam, you got the box up there. How do you get yourself out? You can just make this shot.
I've been invaded by Percentia's chat.
PP hammer time. I was watching Lucky Luke earlier, and I went, "This just looks like MT Fair." Uh, but it's hammer time, baby. Okay, you guys can stop. Stop hammer time. Yeah, welcome to what is our portal D or portal demake in Celeste Pico. We've got top race versus top race, bottom race versus bottom race, and they're about 1 or 2 levels between each other. Top race is on the same level. Bottom race is on the same level. So while you've missed 26 minutes of gameplay, you have not missed that much of the excitement. It's gonna be a close race for the finish, I feel.
GFM overtaking Adam, now in the lead.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx GFM, but I'll say it now because he's in the lead. I was under the impression that GFM like was the player who had the best grasp on this game, despite like he wasn't leading until now. Um, I think if he continues the playing the way that he has been, he seems to just be figuring out the puzzles a little bit quicker than everybody else. Which with this crowd of players, with everybody else in the on screen having top eights, uh, is an impressive feat. Do you know what the final height is, or at least the height that we meet GLaDOS?
I don't remember.
Mm, Pacebin doesn't say, and I think that's actually a big deal. If you're a player, you don't really know either, right? You might have a suspicion that it's going to be an even number. It could be very soon. Could be like 20, could be 25, could be a very large number. And we're not even close to finishing. Uh, this is level 2000 for GFM. Uh, that feels like it could be the last of the non-boss levels.
Someone is really struggling with this part where you just have to get infinite height from the two differently heighted platforms. A lesson he didn't learn, apparently. Because here you just shoot a portal in the ground where you are, a portal in the lower ground, and then you can go infinitely.
He's gone. I don't think you need to go all the way back here to do this, right? You can. The worst thing, and I don't even want to say it because every time you say something like this, you're just willing it into the universe. If you just miss the jump on the way back onto the block or something, and have to reset this whole puzzle, it would be so sad. Thankfully for someone's case, Fullalizards is uh getting stuck on the main uh course of the puzzle, while someone is just figuring out the dessert.
Someone definitely gets a point in my heart for being the only person so far to actually solve the level.
Yeah, I mean the block is where it belongs. Maybe it is actually. I mean, thankfully it's not the difference in the race, right? Both our top players did it, and both our bottom players, at least so far, haven't.
Yeah.
But it definitely feels like a large reason why our top race is now a couple levels ahead. Portal's such a funny game. Just looking at someone's screen and just having the block show up on the screen half the time is just it's just so cute. GFM is in a boss battle of his own creation. Top right is just very funny right now. He's just like the block is just trying to push him into the pit. This can't be the solution, right?
I don't think it is, no.
I mean, it is. I mean, if you say it's the solution, it is the solution. GFN makes it up to the button. Uh, it's not everything. He still needs to get enough momentum to go flying across the screen, presumably. But he's got both the blocks up here. He's got the button pressed. GFM's found another janky portal solution, and that might be enough to take a lead that I'm getting suspicious might be significant. It feels like the boss might be just around the corner, especially with that nice little sign that feels very Celeste, like you're getting near the summit.
Also, they're getting up to the 2,000 meters height, and it looks like they're getting close to the end.
Okay, we've got the half pixel block jump.
But yeah,
Confrontation, yeah.
final level.
As a reminder, Adam is on the same level that GFM was just on, the penultimate level before the boss. Um, if Adam can figure out this level, we could have a very close top race. Uh, but it feels like there's a lot going on here.
But this is
Hopefully these
an
players have
escort
played
level,
Portal.
like the
Yeah.
placement says. You need to take this green orb to the end.
Goal on confrontation per the pacement is to get the green orb to Madeline. Madeline, I assume, is the nice little blue-haired lady at the top of GFM screen, because we are Caroline, who, by Portal 2 lore, is secretary and potentially significant other to Cave Johnson,
Didn't play
aka
Portal 2,
the Lemons guy.
so I'll just believe you on that.
Yeah, it's a Lemons guy. Make lemonade, but I'm gonna make a lemon gun. And it's a famous quote, I promise. Adam has officially entered the boss level.
I know to get music. This is just a long level, and this is another one of those where platforming really counts. If you die, you just go back to all the way to the beginning.
Yeah, and I think, like, obviously, like, knowing the sequence of how to proceed makes the returning less painful. But it's race defining at this point. When your opponent's also on the same boss, not that these racers know that, making a mistake here, like Adam just did, is gonna take a minute, and a minute might be the difference.
Race is super close.
To note, bottom race has also progressed. Both players are being introduced to this level. It looks like someone is slightly further ahead because he's gotten the box in the right place, but I think we're gonna have to stick with the top race for now because it is potentially gonna be frames pixels. Adam, how do you kill the mean turret at the bottom and then also get back up? Did they have the right idea previously and just didn't execute it, or do you need to get more momentum somehow? It's or do you not put the portal under the turret and then he shoots you, and now you have to redo everything? In fact, it looks like GFM has also died, so we are both players are back to more or less starting the level, and Adam's just quickly getting back to the same state.
Yeah, GFM. Looks like Adam has this first step down with science almost, and GFM is really struggling with it, even though I already did it before.
Step 2 for Adam, just getting back out of the bottom right corner has either not been solved, or if I'm be concerned if this is the solution and he's just not getting it mechanically, because that would be one of those situations where you like think that you have already tried the solution. Once we're down here though, I don't really. Adam's gonna try like
Oh, this is
getting
this
back
is
up.
where like the cheese is hurting the players because they think the whole portaling through spikes thing is intended, and they're both trying to do it, but it's not intended. There's a much simpler way to go up, which I think is just putting the box there.
Oh, what do you shoot from the box? So you can like get a slight angle on the uh
Yeah, you can shoot the top right white
like
block.
the overhang.
Yeah.
Both players have made the same assumption, but maybe Adam will see it here now that he's put the blue portal on the location he needs to be. I do what like Adam's been doing, which is just trying to test for solutions without Ooh, there you go, Adam. Adam's found the location that the blue portal needs to be. What do you need to put on the button then? Do you need to put the the enemy on a button? Has that been done in this game yet?
You don't need to hold the button, you just need to press the button.
Oh, its button doesn't tell you what it wants you to do. Because I'd assume, and GFM has too, that the thing needs to be on the button until you push the box off the button, which you don't really have much incentive to do. You're not going to find out that it's already doing all of the job.
I guess the point is, unless you know that you can portal through spikes, which you're not supposed to be able to, that's pretty much the only way you're getting back, is if you get that box back.
Yeah. Yeah, the pastebin doesn't mention that buttons do different things, which fair, but both players struggling with just a incorrect assumption, and either by lack of choices, like lack of things to do once you're down here, because it only feels like there's two ways out, and one of them doesn't work. Or by luck, one of them's gonna figure it out. Meanwhile, bottom race, someone is on the penultimate level, the last level before the boss, and has already reached the button. Is looking to potentially move to the boss. I believe Fullalizards level is just the one before it, and he's or they've made it to a pretty like close to finish position. JK, they just restarted because the turret has not been disposed of.
I could see someone even maybe edging out the players in the top race because he has learned the lessons that he needs to learn to clear this section by clearing that previous level correctly.
GFM's more or less stopped moving, which I think is actually a pretty healthy thing to do. It's not a mechanical thing, and I think both of Adam and GFM should be confident at this point that it's not the spike trick that they're trying to do. But they just need to figure out the other half, which is that the block only needs to touch, or not even, doesn't even have to touch the button. You just have to touch the button once. Thank you, Zenik, for noting that the enemy on button doesn't do anything, which does match the portal mechanic, right? I've tried to stuff 3 enemies on a button and see if they have any collective weight, but the turrets do not have enough mass or puzzle mass, which is a different idea but similar.
Someone struggling with the bottom turret didn't even get to the part where GFM and Adam is struggling with, I think.
Yeah, Fullalizards now 2 levels behind someone. Unless GFM figures it out right now, could actually be the favorite to steal my 100k that I put on Adam, actually. Okay, someone's at the same location these boys have been at for a bit, or...
Didn't take the box with him.
Okay, Adam has done something new. It's not good. He putting the turret on the box on the spikes. If you try every single thing that you can do, you'll eventually get there. That is a Sokoban block. Adam has to restart. If you put the block in the purple corner, it's neither doing the incorrect solution or the correct solution for you.
It's kind of tragic that it's looking like this race is mostly going to boil down to whoever thinks to push the box off the button. Really looks that way.
Is our weight not enough to button press?
I think not.
Okay. That makes Adam, that's again untenable. Huh. We've gotten the orb down to the button. I feel like Adam's just running out of things to do, which is good in a sense. It means that there's not going to be much more wastefulness, but I'm concerned it's probably going to result in us like trying things we've already tried and hoping that he just missed it.
Someone has the box on the button. Let's see what.
And this, like, someone's position feels really natural. Of the button is blocking it's doing two jobs, right? It's blocking the turret and it's on the button. But those are neither of the jobs that we need. The turret can just be dead. The button only needs to be pressed temporarily. I like this race, by the way. I think this is the sort of thing that could end up in MT. This does feel like something that, in retrospect, we could, or like MT20 or whenever we see it again, we could probably paste bin. Because the idea that, like, I feel like most of the time that we've been pressing the button, it's only moved the door temporarily. Or a button, I should say. Full has made progress. He's on the penultimate level, 2,000 meters into the sky.
How did Adam get up there?
Huh.
Did some kind of bizarre solution that allowed them to get up there while also leaving the box on the button. So didn't learn the lesson, but is going to clear the level anyway.
Who needs to learn lessons? You're on the last level.
Yeah. There's the orb.
We get 2 seconds of Celeste lore, and we get cake. That's how you win both these games.
No
A
one's taking
finish
our
there
money.
from. Yee! Let's go. I don't know how much people bet. When I bet 100K, and then I saw that somebody bet 2,000K. I'm like, these odds are not great for me. But Adam, still good at games, confirmed.
And yeah, at some point after we finish this broadcast, I'm going to need to watch the VOD and understand how these players did some things. Like, how did Adam get up there without pushing the box off the button?
The door's open, by the way, for someone.
Oh.
This is what you said was the intended solution.
Oh, died. That's tragic.
And while Fuller's been making a good effort to get through level 20, making progress, unless we find a another death, someone should just be able to repeat the process.
Fails on the execution.
I don't blame him. You've just seen a finish there from Adam. These situations where you just know what you need to do and then execute can be really nervy. And like you can just kind of see it in someone's gameplay. Like he missed 3 portal shots there that he generally has the precision to make.
Yeah, it's definitely rushing. Just saw the finish. It knows that it's extremely close. So probably wondering like, is my opponent almost there too?
for good reason too. Fulla definitely has the competency to be right behind him, and is actually Fulla has moved on to the final level. Unless we get some, I'm gonna say multiple unfortunate deaths, it shouldn't. Rude. Careful there.
Jumps this time, and there she goes.
We're at the Enrichment Summit. There is a sign up there that looks like you could go to Penguin Land, and that sounds great. But that's actually both races. GFM here uh, is got the turret on the button, doesn't do anything. Uh, we got Fullalizards who has a couple lessons to learn before they're going to be reaching the Enrichment Summit themselves. But what a close race all around. I think GFM definitely had the potential to win this too. It's just a bit of a surprising button mechanic, and Adam learning the lesson and or not learning the lesson. Um, and still getting up here. Is to call it the difference in the race feels a bit rough. Because obviously they've been performing for 40 minutes before that, but is the race clincher.
I think this was a good game to pull, like close race. That really showcases both puzzling and execution skills.
We do have them in the waiting room if you're ready to receive.
Oh, I was going to ask, but they're already here. They're so efficient that I don't even need to ask them.
Welcome, Adam. Welcome, someone. Congratulations on your respective races. We've got everybody here still on the final level, and we wanted to first ask here, Adam, what did you do to get up? Because I think it wasn't what we were expecting.
Okay, so in that final little nook, what I realized was rather than putting a portal on the left side of that one block, I could put it on top and then essentially just juggle the box so that I could then put it on the button and then just jump out essentially and skip. I have no idea what the intended solution was. As far as I'm concerned, I did it right. I don't see any other way out of there.
For which level?
The final boss in the bottom right.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm pretty sure I cheated too.
no, we're under the
Sorry
impression
about
you
that.
didn't.
Okay.
The issue that our top racers had, Adam, this has been a very close race between you and GFM. Is both of you didn't realize that once you press the button with the box, the door was open permanently, and then the
Oh, it was a
box was
permanent button?
Yeah, there's
yeah.
like a pink button and a red button. The pink one's permanent.
Those are so hard to tell apart. Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Adam, I think it's actually the reason you won this race, not not lost this race. GFM, and you were have been dealing with it, and we had a couple cheesy solutions. I think there was another one where we were looking at and going, Adam's done that uh, a different way than we were expecting. Someone I think actually you were the best showcase of what the devs intended, and
Really, they intended me to like put boxes on the edge of the platform and jump.
everybody, all four faces have done
Okay.
that. Yes. uh, with the game, did you guys enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But the
Yeah, it
first
was a
couple
fun.
puzzles, the first couple of puzzles were just like standard portal stuff.
Hmm.
But then we got into like some really hard puzzles, so that was nice to see.
Yeah. I think it didn't do that great a job of teaching you the mechanics, or like the fact that you can jump out of spikes through portals is that's unintuitive. And I just sort of YOLO'd it and it worked on that one level. And I was just like, okay, I guess that's how I get to the end now.
I
Um
mean, it wasn't, but it was. Yeah, it goes both ways. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that was
Yeah,
also one level you cheese. You're not supposed to be able to portal through spikes, but apparently you can.
yeah, I think I
uh,
figured that out too late for it to
the
matter, but
Wait, then
Yeah.
how do you get past the two doors and like the just the long hallway of spikes?
You
One of
put a
the
block in
buttons
the middle.
was permanent too in that level, so you could
Oh
just
my
bring a
god.
box.
These permanent. They needed to be a different color or something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Make them like yellow or something.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising because this is one of those things that I just get tired of retro games, and I use this platform to complain when everybody else applauds. And I'm like, I'm not used to like a game that this game feels polished and a lot of love put into it, and then they just have a very silly design choice of having buttons look too similar. I didn't actually realize
Yeah.
they were different colors at all. That's a good note. I can see it's pink now that you mentioned it's there's someone.
Yeah.
This is a good win for both of you. We were talking that the idea that GFM and his 60% win rate being the lowest in this double is pretty obscene, but we're getting late in the tournament. Uh,
Mhm.
we can pull up the bracket, but I think you guys might be
Yeah, we play
ahead
next,
of
I
the curve
think.
a bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scroll right, scroll right, way right. Oh, you're against each other. That's lovely.
Mhm.
Yeah, rematch of MT16 in top 16, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like we've got of the winners side, six players decided. You guys join Maurice as the other like seeded player. I think actually Jackazam and Whitley might have also been seeded there, but uh, this is chalk. This is what when they invented the challenge bracket was intended. You, you guys have met before, I assume, given while you haven't been around for as long as some players, someone you have played a lot of top eight matches.
Hmm.
Did you guys play when MT16?
We
Were you
we were at grand finals
grand final?
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
actually winners finals. We had the big match. So
There's
All
nothing
of the
preventing you
games.
from doing that again. Well, winners finals, no, but uh, you guys can have a nice bout here. Get into top eight, and then the person who goes through loses. Uh, sees you later.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, for sure. I
It
just yeah, just so long as I'm not playing another 8 hours of video games starting at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we
But
mentioned that at the beginning of the broadcast. I have so much respect for you for well joining the tournament in general, but especially the top eight. Just a note, gameplay wise, I feel bad for GFM. They have not figured out the pink button problem. But Fulla is uh, approaching the final trick of getting the orb over to little old Madeline so she can go Super Saiyan mode, and that'll be a finisher Fulla. Actually, a question for you guys: as you're going up the mountain, did you feel like it was about to be a boss level? Uh, was there like any sort of instinct that like maybe 2,000 meters was the top of the mountain?
only because there was a picture of GLaDOS right before it.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
That's
goal
just
did say
yeah.
the goal did say defeat GLaDOS instead of beat the game.
Yeah.
yeah. But I think between you and GFM, Adam, we saw every potential solution to this last one. And unfortunately, GFM is just not catching the two different buttons. Uh, it's unfortunate because I think this could have been pixels. I think if you go watch the replay, you'll realize that this race was not back and forth. I think we didn't have that many lead changes, but you were finishing levels 20 seconds before GFM.
I see.
Yeah, Shambles noticing Adam's weaknesses are permanent buttons. I'm not sure that's true. I think you've learned the lesson. Uh, Are you guys just looking for a fair match, or are you looking for a particular genre that you, for some reason, think that you're better than the other player in? Because I'm not sure that's true.
Just give me something so intensely challenging that it's a miracle I get to the end. That's always my ideal in MT.
Yeah, just
It,
accidentally give us a reject race.
not reject, but like just casually give us like a Celeste Seaside level of difficulty, but we haven't played the game before.
Hmm.
Yeah, just like okay, have fun. Here's an I want to be the guy fan game. Good luck.
I have a game in mind that I've
Oh,
refused to
fuck.
submit because it's it's too much. Uh, I can't beat it. So maybe I should go submit that. Maybe I should just try and fill top 16 with
Look,
pure
I'll be
misery.
honest. The fact that you say you can't beat it is immediately like I want to play it. I want to play it. What is
It's a Sekiro like.
is it?
Uh,
Thymesia?
I don't know what it's called to be honest.
Okay, because I was gonna say if Thymesia is a Sekiro like that I actually beat on stream and was immensely difficult but quite fun.
I have it. I thought I had it bookmarked. No, I think it starts with a K.
Okay.
Yeah. There's Full of Lizards doesn't do interviews, right? That's like no. God, the top 8 players, we get to know you guys so well. And even if and when one of you guys loses, you still have a good chance of getting into top 8 through losers side. Um, it's always nice because you guys do more interviews than anybody else when you continue to win.
Yeah, I won't lie.
Yeah,
Even when I'm
totally.
going up in like at like the start of the tourney, there's a part of me that almost hopes I lose, especially on like a good match. If only because then I can be like, "Oh my god, you just like you! I want to meet this like if nobody comes in and just like aces me in a match, that's like that'd be amazing. I'd love to just see someone come in and it just flex like that. I don't know. Because as
Uh,
fun as it is being like top 8, I like there's something fun about just like hype new player, you know?
true. I will tell you from personal bracket experience. I looked at a bracket of Marshmaster, Okami, and then I had to play Econ first round, and I believe Econ went like 1 and 2. Uh, but like impressed Maurice on commentary with his platforming, and I was like, "This is bad." And then we got a platforming game, and then he beat
Uh,
Okami. And if we weren't paying so much attention, uh, him beating Okami might have been a surprise, because now Okami's in like losers 7 or something ridiculous. Uh, so it happens, but like because we cast every single game, we've or at least vodcast a few of them. Um, we're just less and less surprised when a player shows up.
mm. Oh, clearly we need to get Mystery on GDQ again and get a batch of fresh blood.
That's a good way for me to get a few Ws.
To be fair, like Mystery, like right before 10, I think being on GDQ is literally why I'm here. So
We gotta get like some Spike Vegetas back. Which
yeah,
getting the cast was sent last year was an absolute treat, and just having a few of these big guys still around is fantastic. I feel bad for GFM, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys are watching. He is trying to pause buffer the
yeah,
spike jump. Um, he's trying everything here, and I appreciate his resiliency.
Yeah, the game is
yeah.
pretty specific
Yeah,
on how
there's
high
the
you
forfeit.
can momentum jump up.
There's the forfeit. Well, GG's guys. Best of luck
GG.
in your match. As a reminder, our players who haven't jumped in here, at least just yet, maybe GFM is gonna insist on complaining about this last level, which I wouldn't blame him. Uh, but everybody's going to be seen again. It's just some of them will be through the losers bracket. But congratulations, guys. Well played, and We were excited when we drew this game because we always knew you guys were going to make a good performance out of it.
Glad you all enjoyed.
FFFAO, what's up next?
So it's on the schedule. Nothing for
We can
today, it looks like.
we can look at Steam games for 17 hours, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we're getting later and later into this tournament, we're just gonna have slightly less matches, but the matches are just gonna be of higher quality, or games like this that I feel were marked for late games only. Um, just looking, I mean, just looking through the list, it's a lot of players that we've seen have good amounts of success both in this tournament and in general. But next up will be Aaron Doby and Zex in 17 hours, unless somebody sneaks something on the schedule. If you don't want to be defeated by the refusing to schedule boss, feel free to follow the channel. That's true for Twitch, YouTube, and the Discord.
Yeah, see everyone in the next matches.